The objective of today's discussion is to help Christians see the importance of attending church. We also want to encourage pre-believers to attend church as part of their journey of seeking God.
We saw from the video why going to church is important. How about you? Why is attending the church important to you?
Being accountable to someone is important to me. If I were to try to live the Christian life on my own, when I fall, would there be someone to pick me up and give me encouragement?
That's right. The Christian life is not meant to be lived alone. The Bible encourages us to live our Christian life as a community.
Yeah. There's nothing like helping each other during times of need.
How about you, Lizzie? What makes you want to go to church every week? I believe God has given to each one of us spiritual gifts. For example, He has given me musical abilities. I want to use whatever gifts He has given me to serve Him. That's why I am part of the church's worship team. We can't serve the Christian community if we are not part of it. Great. You are using God's given talents to serve Him.
I find it interesting that the Bible uses the metaphor of the human body to describe the church. Maybe God wants to tell Christians that they need each other. I have friends who are Christians, and they are always telling me how other Christians have prayed for them and even helped them in tangible ways.
Some people may argue that it is okay for them to worship and read the Bible at home. But Theodore Roosevelt once said, "You may worship God anywhere, at any time, but the chances are that you will not do so unless you have first learned to worship Him somewhere in some particular place, at some particular time." I agree. If we don't go to church for no good reasons, our hearts begin to grow cold. We may get drawn away gradually over time.
I don't think going to church is a positive experience for everyone. I know of people who have been hurt in church.
Yes. But if we are treated badly at the workplace, we leave for another job, right? We don't say, "I will never step into another office again." That's because we know we can't survive without work. Likewise, if we know we too need the church, when we are hurt in one, we could always look for another one.
I am curious to find out. Why do some people find it difficult to go to church?
I guess some may have non-Christian spouses and find it hard to draw away from family time.
That may be true. But if we really want to attend church, I am sure there are alternatives. There may be Christian gatherings near the office or at lunchtime. We could go to these without infringing on our family time.
One of the reasons I hear is that they can't find a church that meet their needs. J.F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what the country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." If we can also think in terms of what you can do for the church, perhaps our search for the right church would not take so long. I once attended a church and the pastor asked people who are new to the church to stand up and say something. One guy stood up and says that he has visited the church a few times and he thinks this church is suitable for him and he is going to continue coming. The pastor then asked him, "Could you stay back after the service? I would like to talk to you to find out if you're suitable for the church." That's funny.
I am not attending church because I am not a Christian.
Even though you may not be a Christian, I would encourage you to start visiting a church.
Yes. Going to church is very much a part of Christian life. Therefore, if you are exploring Christianity, why not make going to church a part of this journey?
That's right. If you are interested, you are welcome to join any one of us to church. That way, you won't have to be alone in a new place.
The Bible encourages us to taste and see that the Lord is good. That means experiencing for yourself. We could read all about the hamburger and even analyze it scientifically to know its contents. But before we put it into our mouths to taste it, we can't say we know what it is.
Going to church is important, but having fellowship with a small group of Christians in what they call cell groups is also important. Why do you think going to cell meetings are also important? Especially if you attend a big church, it is hard to build close friendships. We need a smaller group of people whom we are accountable to and can share deeper things so that they can support us in prayer. Yes, being in a smaller group also means we have opportunities to serve in capacities such as leading worship, teaching the Bible and so on. These roles are usually handled by only a few people in large churches.